Have you ever wondered how a single species, Homo sapiens, rose to dominate the planet? What secrets lie behind our beliefs, revolutions, and relentless pursuit of progress? Get ready to explore the fascinating story of humanity, from the dawn of the cognitive revolution to the heights of the Industrial Revolution, and discover the lessons our past holds for the future. Welcome to Sapiens, the story of us, an audiobook inspired by Yuval Noah Harari's groundbreaking work. This journey will take you through the epic tale of our species, revealing how our shared beliefs, collective imagination, and relentless drive have shaped the world as we know it. From the fictions that unite societies to the revolutions that transformed them, we'll uncover the profound truths about who we are, the choices we've made, and the price we've paid for progress. Whether you're a history enthusiast or a curious mind, this audiobook will provide you with invaluable insights into humanity's past and its implications for the present and future. Focus points: understanding the past to cope with the present and future. How studying history equips us to tackle modern challenges. The cognitive revolution. Discover how storytelling, imagination, and cooperation became the building blocks of human success. The agricultural revolution. Explore its dual impact, advancing civilization while increasing inequality. The power of fiction. Learn how societal constructs like money, religion, and empires shape our collective reality. The price of progress. Understand the environmental, social, and emotional costs of our evolution. The Industrial Revolution. A pivotal moment that redefined human potential and its consequences. Interconnectedness of humanity. How globalization, technology, and shared beliefs bind us together. Learning outcomes. Grasp the big picture. Develop a deeper understanding of human history from the emergence of Homo sapiens to the modern era. Unlock the power of beliefs. Learn how shared myths and collective imagination have enabled societal growth and cooperation. Recognize the costs of progress. Reflect on how advances in agriculture, industry, and technology have impacted the environment and human well-being. Gain insights for the future. Use lessons from history to navigate today's challenges and envision a sustainable, equitable future. Sapiens. The story of us is more than a historical narrative. It's a guide to understanding the world and our place within it. Subscribe to Mediadeem and embark on this transformative journey today. Focus point 1. Understanding the past to shape the present and future. The story of humanity begins in the vast expanse of time, tracing back 13.5 billion years to the birth of matter and energy, the foundation of physics. Around 300,000 years later, atoms and molecules emerged, unlocking the secrets of chemistry. Biology entered the scene 3.8 billion years ago with the first living organisms, setting the stage for life on Earth. Fast forward to 70,000 years ago, and the evolution of Homo sapiens marked a turning point, igniting the narrative of human history. 3 pivotal revolutions have shaped the course of humanity. The cognitive revolution. 70,000 years ago, this revolution gave rise to complex thought, enabling humans to imagine, communicate, and collaborate in unprecedented ways. The agricultural revolution. 12,000 years ago, with the shift from foraging to farming, humans established permanent settlements, cultivated crops, and domesticated animals, transforming societies. The scientific revolution. 500 years ago, armed with tools of reason and observation, humanity began to unlock the mysteries of nature, advancing fields like physics, astronomy, and biology. These revolutions, fueled by the unique capabilities of the human brain, have made Homo sapiens the most influential species on Earth. Our neural advancements, such as larger brain capacity, intricate nerve connections, and social dependence, have allowed us to adapt, innovate, and thrive. Unlike other species, humans are born with underdeveloped brains, requiring years of care. This dependency fostered cooperative societies where collective caregiving and strong social bonds ensured survival. Over time, this reliance on community has embedded a natural drive for connection within us, making relationships with family and friends essential for our well-being. By studying humanity's journey, we uncover profound insights into our behaviors, choices, and the world around us. Understanding history is like reading the instruction manual of life. It reveals why we think and act as we do, and it provides a roadmap to navigate the challenges ahead. Just as childhood experiences shape individual identity, the lessons of history mold societies. To truly know who we are and to envision our future, we must unravel the threads of our past. Stay tuned as we explore the remarkable transformations that have defined humanity and continue to influence our shared destiny. Focus point 2: the cognitive revolution, fueling fiction and cooperation. In humanity's distant past, multiple human species coexisted until Homo sapiens rose to dominate the planet. How this transformation occurred remains a topic of debate among scientists. Some suggest interbreeding between species, while others propose the replacement theory, positing that Homo sapiens outcompete or eliminated rival species. But one thing is clear: our species' ascent was propelled by the cognitive revolution, a moment in history that unlocked the power of imagination and complex cooperation. Unlike other animals, including those skilled in communication like ants or apes, Homo sapiens developed a uniquely flexible language. This language allowed us to share detailed information, convey abstract concepts, and imagine things that don't physically exist, such as myths, gods, and societal structures. These fictions enabled large-scale cooperation, uniting thousands or even millions of people under shared beliefs. For example, nations, human rights, religions, corporations, and currencies are all constructs of our collective imagination. They exist not because they are tangible, but because we agree to believe in them. This ability to rally around shared ideas set Homo sapiens apart, fueling the development of cultures, civilizations, and global societies. Despite modern advances, our DNA still carries echoes of our hunter-gatherer ancestors. Our cravings for calorie-dense foods, once a survival mechanism, persist even though we no longer need to forage for sustenance. Socially, our ancestors spent their days forging deep bonds within small groups, using gossip as a tool for survival. Gossiping wasn't mere idle chatter. It helped individuals identify allies, avoid threats, and maintain tribal cohesion. Before the agricultural revolution, early humans practiced animism, the belief that animals, plants, and natural phenomena possessed souls and were equals in the natural order. This worldview contrasted sharply with modern hierarchical structures, emphasizing harmony with nature rather than dominance over it. Moreover, Homo sapiens have historically embraced diverse social and romantic relationships, ranging from monogamy to polygamy and encompassing heterosexual and homosexual dynamics. These variations illustrate that there's no singular natural way to live. Our choices are as diverse as the cultures we create. Ultimately, the cognitive revolution not only transformed how we think and communicate, but also laid the foundation for everything from ancient rituals to modern corporations. It shows us how humanity's greatest strength lies in its ability to imagine, believe, and cooperate on a massive scale. Understanding this revolution helps us grasp the profound impact of shared ideas on our past and present, shaping the societies we live in today. Focus point 3: the two sides of the agricultural revolution. The agricultural revolution, beginning 12,000 years ago, was a monumental shift in human history. It marked humanity's transition from small, nomadic groups of foragers to settled communities of farmers. This change unlocked the potential for population growth, complex social structures, and the development of cities, states, and cultural institutions. However, while the revolution brought progress, it also exacted significant costs, both for humanity and the natural world. On the positive side, farming allowed for the development of political, economic, and cultural advancements. The ability to cultivate crops and domesticate animals created stability, enabling communities to grow and civilizations to flourish. Yet, beneath this veneer of progress lies a sobering reality. The agricultural revolution also led to profound hardships. Early farmers, despite working harder than their foraging ancestors, often found themselves trapped in cycles of toil and suffering. Settling in one place made communities vulnerable to disease outbreaks, and dependence on a limited variety of crops resulted in poorer nutrition. For many, the promise of a better life remained unfulfilled. Luxury, often mistaken for simplicity, became a double-edged sword. The pursuit of a better life has led us to more responsibilities, from mortgages to endless work hours, often leaving us feeling overburdened and disconnected from our true passions. Even our technological progress hasn't necessarily simplified life. Social networks, for instance, were designed to bring us closer together, but instead, they often leave us feeling more anxious and overwhelmed. These challenges remind us that true progress isn't just about material gains. It's about achieving balance and fulfillment. Humans were not the only ones to suffer as a result of the agricultural revolution. domesticated animals paid a steep price for our pursuit of progress. Their instincts, social lives, and natural behaviors were altered or suppressed. Practices like restricting calves to cages, separating them from their mothers, and subjecting them to cruelty for the sake of food production highlight the moral cost of farming advancements. The lesson is clear. While the agricultural revolution brought progress, it also introduced suffering and imbalance, forcing us to confront the unintended consequences of our actions. However, hope remains. By understanding the duality of this revolution, its benefits and its costs, we can make more mindful choices. As individuals and as a society, we can strive for progress that respects both humanity and the natural world, ensuring that future advancements lead to a better, more compassionate life for all. Focus point 4. Inequality as the product of society's fictions. Modern society often views equality as a fundamental value, but for much of history, hierarchy was considered essential for maintaining order and stability. Social structures elevated certain groups, such as white people over black people, men over women, and the rich over the poor, while marginalizing others. These inequalities were not rooted in biological truths, but rather in fictions created by the human mind to justify power dynamics and reinforce the status quo. Historically, arbitrary events and societal myths shaped systems of discrimination. For instance, racial inequality endured even after slavery was abolished, fueled by stereotypes and ingrained societal behaviors. Despite the lack of scientific evidence proving biological differences beyond physical appearances, myths and pseudoscientific justifications perpetuated the dominance of one group over another. These fabrications gave rise to social hierarchies that persisted across generations. Religious and scientific myths perpetuate inequality. Religious interpretations and scientific misrepresentations have often been exploited to uphold systems of inequality. These narratives, whether framed as divine will or pseudoscientific reasoning, serve to legitimize practices like slavery, colonization, and gender discrimination, enabling the privileged to maintain control and assert superiority. The complex origins of gender inequality. While men and women have some biological differences, the systemic inequality between genders stems from cultural and social constructs, not biology. Patriarchal societies, which emerged largely after the agricultural revolution, assigned rigid roles. Men were seen as leaders and warriors, while women were relegated to domestic and child-rearing responsibilities. Various theories have attempted to explain why societies value men more, but none offer a definitive answer. Physical strength. Men's physical strength is often cited, yet many roles tied to power, like governance and priesthood, require intellect rather than physical prowess. Aggressiveness. Men's hormonal systems might make them more violent, which historically aided them in warfare. But why then weren't women the strategic leaders directing wars? Survival strategies. Men's pursuit of social dominance and women's focus on raising children are thought to stem from survival instincts. However, examples in nature reveal that such behaviors can also lead to matriarchal societies, where females wield significant influence. Challenging misconceptions about gender roles. The idea that women are naturally inclined to childbearing and domesticity is itself a social construct. Biology does not define women solely by their ability to bear children, nor does it prescribe rigid gender roles. Labels like natural and unnatural are deeply rooted in theological traditions, but biology tells us that all possibilities in nature are inherently natural. The legacy of inequality. The fictions that created inequality continue to shape societal dynamics today, even as progress is made. Understanding the origins of these hierarchies helps us challenge entrenched biases and create a more equitable world. By recognizing that inequality is a product of historical and cultural constructs, not inherent truths, we can dismantle these fictions and reimagine society based on fairness and mutual respect. Focus point 5. The price of our evolution. Over the last 5 centuries, science and technology have propelled human progress, enabling remarkable advancements. However, this progress has not been without cost. Science has been influenced by religious, political, and economic interests, often prioritizing the desires of those in power. Science and imperialism. While religion once claimed to hold all the answers to life, science shifted the focus to empirical research and problem-solving. Unfortunately, scientific advancements have often been used to serve imperialistic agendas. A prime example is Captain James Cook's expeditions, which, under the guise of scientific exploration, facilitated European imperialism and colonization. His journey to Tasmania, for instance, led to the tragic violence and extinction of the Tasmanian people. This demonstrates how science, when aligned with political motives, can become a tool for domination rather than pure discovery. Capitalism as a driver of progress and inequality. Capitalism has been a significant force behind scientific progress. This economic system, based on private ownership and the pursuit of profit, has driven innovations and solved global problems. However, it has also contributed to slavery, exploitation, environmental destruction, and societal inequality. For instance, European imperialism thrived under capitalist motives, as expeditions and discoveries were financed to achieve financial success and territorial expansion. While capitalism fosters creativity and innovation, its focus on wealth and power has led to significant ethical concerns, including the exploitation of people and resources, the displacement and suffering of communities, the destruction of ecosystems, and the acceleration of climate change. The double-edged sword of capitalism. Capitalism, like science, is a double-edged sword. While it offers progress, wealth, and solutions to global issues, it also perpetuates inequality and environmental degradation. It fosters individualistic and consumeristic behaviors, often prioritizing profit over justice and fairness. What can be done? To address the negative consequences of capitalism and scientific progress, we must acknowledge the flaws of alternatives. Recognize that while capitalism has its issues, alternative systems like communism have historically had even greater drawbacks. Learn from history. Study the mistakes of the past, such as the exploitation of enslaved Africans during the 16th and 19th centuries, to avoid repeating them. Trust in economic growth. With patience and ethical governance, the growing economic pie can reduce poverty and suffering. Did you know? The transatlantic slave trade, a grim chapter in history fueled by capitalist motives, resulted in the forced transportation of approximately 10 million enslaved Africans to the Americas between the 16th and 19th centuries. The path forward. While we cannot undo the suffering caused by our evolution, we can work toward a future where science and capitalism are guided by ethical values. By prioritizing justice and sustainability, we can mitigate the negative impacts of progress and ensure that advancements serve humanity as a whole. Focus point 6. The Industrial Revolution, a turning point in human history. Approximately 200 years ago, the Industrial Revolution transformed the world, forever altering how humans live, work, and connect. With innovations such as the steam engine and the advent of machines, humanity entered an era of mass production, consumerism, and technological dependence. This era not only reshaped economies and societies, but also our relationships with ourselves and one another. The rise of consumerism and materialism. The Industrial Revolution introduced the concept of consumerism, encouraging people to buy goods to fuel economic growth and sustain capitalism. Modern advertisements play on our emotions, making us believe we'll achieve happiness or self-worth through material possessions. This pattern often leads us to chase fleeting fulfillment, creating an endless cycle of dissatisfaction. Materialistic fulfillment. Buying products to compensate for emotional voids. Enriching alternatives. True happiness stems from meaningful experiences, connections, and personal growth, rather than acquiring more possessions. Individualism and isolation. In earlier times, family and community were the foundation of one's life, providing support and determining one's role. As markets and governments took over these responsibilities, offering jobs, pensions, and insurance, people gained personal freedom but lost their sense of communal belonging. Gained freedoms. The ability to choose one's partner, career, and life path without societal interference. New challenges. Feelings of isolation, detachment, and a loss of identity. Humans, evolutionarily wired for community, now struggle to find belonging in modern society. In response, we've created imagined communities like corporations, nations, religions, and consumer tribes, groups connected by shared beliefs or consumption habits. The costs of progress. While the Industrial Revolution propelled humanity to new heights, it has brought significant challenges. Environmental degradation. Industrialization has polluted the planet and caused climate change. Social inequality. Progress hasn't been distributed evenly, exacerbating wealth gaps. Animal exploitation. Animals have been treated as machines, their welfare often ignored to meet human needs. Mismatched evolution. Our modern lifestyle is out of sync with the forager brain shaped by millions of years of evolution, leading to stress and dissatisfaction. Two perspectives on progress. Optimistic view. The Industrial Revolution has eliminated many ancient problems, such as famine, violence, and disease. Humanity has achieved significant advancements in health, technology, and life expectancy. Skeptical view. New problems have emerged, such as environmental collapse, global inequality, and mental health crises. Progress has created solutions, but also new challenges. The subjectivity of happiness. As historian Yuval Noah Harari explains, happiness does not really depend on objective conditions of either wealth, health, or even community. Rather, it depends on the correlation between objective conditions and subjective expectations. This means that true happiness isn't tied to how much we own or how advanced society becomes, but rather to how well our reality aligns with our expectations. A path forward. To ensure that progress enriches life rather than diminishes it. Reassess values. Shift from materialism to prioritizing meaningful experiences and relationships. Build community. Foster genuine connections through shared values and interests. Act ethically. Reduce harm to the environment, animals, and one another in pursuit of progress. The Industrial Revolution was undeniably a turning point, but its legacy reminds us that progress alone cannot guarantee happiness or fulfillment. Only by balancing innovation with ethical considerations and human connection can we create a better world for everyone. Conclusion. Our world exists in two dimensions: the tangible reality of forests, animals, and lakes, and the intangible fictions humanity has created, such as governments, companies, and nations. The health of our tangible world depends on how we shape and believe in the intangible one. These fictions, including human rights, corporations like Apple, and even nations, are sustained only by our collective belief. Without belief, they would cease to exist. Everything we interact with, the internet, political systems, or economic frameworks, is a product of our imagination. Similarly, our desires are shaped by societal myths that drive us to pursue more wealth, possessions, or status. Are we happier than our ancestors? The question of happiness in our capitalist consumerist society is complex. Biochemical perspective. Happiness is primarily a biochemical state, influenced by hormones like serotonin, dopamine, and oxytocin. A medieval servant buying shoes may experience the same joy as a millionaire earning another million. Philosophical perspective. Meaning plays a crucial role. Those who understand their purpose or embrace meaningful beliefs, even in challenging times, find greater contentment. While science tells us life has no inherent meaning, we can create personal significance and happiness through our values, passions, and relationships. Mindfulness and acceptance. True happiness may lie in eliminating unnecessary cravings, accepting our emotions, and understanding ourselves deeply. Our responsibility. Our ability to think, imagine, and communicate has united humanity, giving us unparalleled power over the planet. This power comes with immense responsibility. We must ensure our actions foster harmony and sustainability for the tangible and intangible dimensions of our world. Take action. Reflect. How have societal myths shaped your values, choices, and goals? Shop mindfully. Consider the environmental and societal impact of the products you buy. Choose sustainability over convenience. Support ethical practices. Invest in companies that prioritize social responsibility and violence-free operations. By recognizing the balance between the real and the imagined, we can craft a future that respects our planet, honors our collective imagination, and prioritizes well-being for all. In this audiobook, Sapiens, A Brief History of Humankind, we've explored the incredible journey of humanity and how imagination, science, and societal constructs have shaped our past, present, and future. Let's summarize the key focus points, reflect on our learning experience, and consider practical ways to apply this knowledge. Key focus points. The power of imagination. Human evolution has been driven by shared myths, enabling collaboration and societal growth. The impact of inequality. Hierarchies and discrimination are the products of social constructs, not biological realities. Science and capitalism. Scientific progress and capitalism have propelled humanity forward, but they've also created challenges like inequality, exploitation, and environmental degradation. The Industrial Revolution. This pivotal era connected us to technology, mass production, and consumerism, altering how we view happiness and freedom. Happiness and biochemistry. True contentment comes not from material wealth, but from understanding ourselves, finding purpose, and balancing expectations. Recommendations. Question myths. Reflect on the societal constructs that shape your values and decisions. Ask yourself which ones empower you and which hold you back. Live mindfully. Analyze the environmental and social impact of your choices, from what you buy to how you interact with others. Support ethical progress. Choose companies and systems that prioritize sustainability, justice, and responsibility over pure profit. Find purpose. Seek meaning in your life by focusing on personal growth, connections, and contributing to a better world. This audiobook offers invaluable insights into our history and identity as a species. By understanding the power of myths, the dual nature of progress, and the keys to happiness, we are better equipped to make meaningful choices in our lives. Thank you for joining me on this thought-provoking journey through Sapiens. Your curiosity and commitment to learning inspire me to create more content like this. Stay connected. If you found this audiobook insightful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with others. Let's spread knowledge and spark meaningful conversations. Remember, listening improves language skills. The more you listen, the better you speak. Keep engaging with content like this to sharpen your English and broaden your horizons. Together, let's continue this journey of learning and growth.